Welcome, travelers, to High Fantasy. I'm Brett. I clapped and I shouldn't have clapped. You got me clapping. I need my herb pouch. Daddy's been paying for my salt.
This
I'm part of the poop patrol, ma'am.
And I'm Emily. But I'm like, don't make the robots.
Don't make the robots
crunch. I would take Speak with Dinosaur in a second. I have beef with DC. It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
Join us on our epic world-spanning adventures. Armed with only a bit of long-bottom leaf, we will delve into some of the most amazing worlds of imagination that have ever existed. Before we get into that, don't forget to check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And without further ado, let's get into it.
You can clap.
You can.
Yay!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of High Fantasy. I'm Brett.
And I'm Emily.
And my love set all of this up by herself. I'm so proud of her.
You don't have to expose me like that.
She got all of the recording equipment set up just by herself. She's so good at this.
Because I've never done that before.
Not ever, never,
ever.
Ever, never, ever. All right. Do you know what we're talking about today?
I'm assuming more Skyrim.
Yes, more Elderscrolls.
Oh, I'm so
lore.
sorry.
You're right.
Elderscrolls universe, not Skyrim.
Yes.
My bad.
Do you have any idea what it might be today, though?
I think it probably has to do with the Elder Scrolls universe and Skyrim.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
Yes!
Yes, you got it right. So, I was going to do one about religion for, like, the Elder Scrolls universe, because there's so many gods and there's so much, so much worship, and it's always crazy with any fantasy where you have, like, actual gods that interfere with the lives of mortals.
Yes.
But
this pantheon means something.
But I was like, nah, screw that. That's basic.
Okay.
So instead, we're going to be talking about worship, but it's going to be the dark kind.
Ooh, fun stuff.
We're talking about the daedric princes.
Ooh, these are that's their layers of hell, right?
Kind of, yeah. Like, that was the best way I could describe it, and it still works. Now, a couple things before we get into it.
Okay.
One, daedric prince is a title.
Okay.
It does not explain their sexuality, the way that they're going to appear.
Okay, so it could be like a woman or a man or a non-binary.
It could be a dragon.
That's cool.
That's a thing. So you can count as a daedric prince for a lot of things, and they vary in power drastically.
Okay.
So some of the things that I'm going to say, you're going to be like, whoa, and other times you're going to be like, that seems super basic. Like, what? How's that guy a daedric prince?
This guy got in on daddy's money for sure.
Yeah, funny enough, the dragon's probably one of the weakest of the daedric princes.
Interesting.
But, again,
we'll get into it.
All of them have their own spheres of influence.
Okay.
They also have their own realms.
Okay.
That they rule over, generally, as like... so, in a way, this is like demons from the 9 layers mixed with archfey from fairy.
Okay.
So,
I love it.
varied in power, they each have their own domains.
I love it.
All that fun stuff. But we're going to kick it off first by naming some of them. Now, there will not be every daedric prince because there are so many, and there's a bunch we don't know about, and there's a bunch of random lore about them, but we never actually get to see them in the game so far. So, without further ado...
Let's hear some names.
We have Azura.
Okay.
Mehrunes Dagon.
Ooh.
Hircine. Molag Bal.
Ooh.
Molag Grunda. Hermias Mora. Balthia. Sanguine. Malakath. Clavicus Vile. Meridia. Verminia. Jigalag. Sheogorath. Nocturnal. And more.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready for our first daedric prince?
I'm ready.
Now, I have written down kind of what they do in a bit of a description, but we can talk about any of them for as long as you would like to.
Okay, we're going to deep delve on one specifically, and his name is Jiggle.
Jigalag? Well, so funny enough, our first one is Sheogorath.
Okay.
Now, Sheogorath is the crown prince of madness and rules over the Shivering Isles.
Okay.
A place of utter chaos. He gives vast insight to madmen. If there's a mad prophet, he's there in his ear, whispering his motivations are unknowable, and he is mostly depicted as a trickster. He is served by his daedric soldiers, the Golden Saints, and the Dark Seducers.
Okay.
So now, basically, Sheogorath, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how he shows up. He shows up like an old man.
Okay.
Like an old nobleman. And he wears very, very gaudy clothes. A lot of the times with a split right down the middle.
Okay.
So it'll be colors of gold and purple.
Oh.
Those are his, like, aesthetics.
Very royal.
Very royal. And he always walks around with a cane. He's got, like, a very, like, flamboyant Colonel Sanders kind of, like, mustache and beard.
He's sassy.
And his hair's everywhere. And he talks with a Scottish accent.
He's sassy.
And he just loves screwing with people.
So he's like a Loki.
Yes. I have that written in here. He's very much like a Loki. So he is the trickster god.
Okay.
And he has the Golden Saints, who are, think, like his, because Daedra are basically demons.
Okay.
But again, they're kind of fairies too.
Yeah.
So they look like really pretty elven women, but their skin is pure gold. And they wear, like, plate armor. And they go around with, I think they have swords, like big two-handed swords. So those are his Golden Saints.
Hot.
And then his Dark Seducers are same idea, but they have, like, purple skin.
Okay.
And they are literally the sexualized version of the Golden Saints.
I mean, already, I'm like,
They have whips.
I love a lady knight.
Yeah, they have whips and
knight.
maces. They love mace because they bludgeon
And it's
people.
all, like, ladies. And
Yeah.
They're
all hot elven
this
women.
Is a sugar daddy to all these hot elven
Oh,
women.
yeah. Yeah. 100%. Sheogorath is a dirty old man.
A dirty... Is there any stories of, like, tricks that he's played on people?
He loves to play them on other Daedric princes.
Okay.
Now, here's getting into the questionable idea of Sheogorath.
Okay.
The question of how he came about is there's this other one, and people aren't sure if he was like a divine being or if he was another Daedric prince.
Okay.
But it's Jiggalag.
Jiggalag is the other one to Sheogorath.
Now, Jiggalag is the exact opposite of Sheogorath.
Okay.
So Sheogorath is all about merry trickery, and Sheogorath is all about law and order, and there will be rules.
Oh, that's no fun.
So there's a couple questions about how he came around, and one of the ideas is he might have been like a divine being cursed with insanity.
Oh.
And this caused a new separate form of himself, Sheogorath, to come out and taint his own area, which is the Shivering Isles.
So they think that Jiggalag might just be like or Sheogorath might be a subset of Jiggalag himself.
So they are definitely that, but the question comes about, was he a Daedric prince beforehand? Was he an angelic being before, like a being of order and justice and law? Or was he just another Daedric prince who had a hard-on for, like, I want things to be my way, order and law, and et cetera, et cetera. But same thing, no matter what, this Jiggalag was cursed to become Sheogorath with madness.
So Jiggalag used to be Jiggalag, but now he's Sheogorath, is what you're
Exactly.
saying. Okay.
Except
that's what
there's a thing that happens occasionally called, I think it's the Grey March.
Okay.
Something along these lines. Forget exactly the name. Don't come at me in the comments. But basically, it is a time period where Sheogorath changes back into Jiggalag.
I like Sheogorath better. I like a tricky little boy.
And Jiggalag
I guess I don't like the way that sounded.
wages war on the Shivering Isles. Because he's like, oh, this chaos, all of this, like, everything's not the way it should be. So he comes in with his Knights of Order.
Does he even realize that it's his own fault that happened?
That's a great question. Sheogorath seems to.
Sheogorath knows everything that's going on. He's like, I'm tricking myself. The ultimate trick.
The ultimate trick.
The ultimate goof.
There is actually an expansion in, I want to say, it was the Oblivion games that allowed you to go to the Shivering Isles. And you get an invitation to go there by Sheogorath.
Okay.
And he wants you to become the new king of the Shivering Isles.
And you're like, what's the catch, you little shit?
And of course he's like, no catch, it's fine.
And you're like, liar.
Yeah,
You're
liar.
a liar.
And he shows you the Golden Saints, and he shows you the Dark Seducers, and all this stuff. And he's like, these are all of your, subjects. Come greet your king, etc., etc. And then you find out, oh crap, there's supposedly a march where this Jiggalog guy is supposed to come and just wreck us.
Okay.
And you're like, all right, well, I guess I'm the new king, so I got to put a stop to this guy. And then you find out that was actually his other side, and basically this is a workaround that Sheogorath is doing.
Or he's like...
Where he's separating himself.
Okay.
From Jiggalag.
Oh.
So he's not the king of the Shivering Isles anymore. You are. So this essentially splits his personality if you're able to defeat Jiggalag. And it separates him forever from Jiggalag.
So they're just completely different people
now.
So does Jiggalag look different than
Yes.
Sheogorath?
Oh, so much. He shows up in full white plate mail. You can't see his face at all. Big old sword. He's like the epitome of a white knight.
You see, this is fantasy logic, because none of that makes any sense, but we're gonna go with it.
Yeah.
Because, how do you... It doesn't matter.
It's like,
it's fantasy logic.
fairy logic.
It's magic.
Like, there might be a loophole in the rules that you might need to exploit.
It's fairy magic.
That's Sheogorath and Jiggalag.
Okay. I was wondering, because I was like, Jiggalag, that sounds like a fun name, and you're like, funny enough, and went completely to a different person.
Yeah,
so I was
like,
how does this connect?
Wait a minute.
It all came full circle, boys.
But yeah, like, most of the time, the Daedric princes have quests in the games that you can interact with, and if you do them, you'll get something called a Daedric artifact, which is a powerful artifact that you can only get from doing that quest.
Okay.
In Sheogorath's regard there was a whole DLC just about him.
Okay.
Which not many of these princes get that much story.
It's because everybody loves a tricky boy.
Yeah, pretty much.
We love a trickster.
And the item that you get from him is a staff called the Wubbajack.
The Wubbajack?
The Wubbajack.
What does the Wubbajack do?
It has a random effect.
That's lovely.
Every time you point it at something and use the staff, it will do something.
I enlarge the dragon.
That's an option.
That's awesome.
You could polymorph something. You could spawn wheels of cheese.
Wheels of cheese!
Bunch of random stuff.
I hear that's a big thing in Skyrim, is the wheels of cheese.
Yes. Yes, some people have... Well, that came around because people played Skyrim so much that they had completed every quest in the game, so they started giving themselves challenges. And one of the challenges was to collect every wheel of cheese in the game and put them all in one space.
Cheese house.
Yep.
Cheese house. Cheeses.
I am Cheeses.
That is spectacular, and I approve of this message.
So yeah, 2 for 1 with Sheogorath.
I love it. That's great.
Now we have Azura.
Okay.
The Prince of Dusk and Dawn. She's always depicted as a woman.
Okay.
And is also known as the Mother of the Rose and Queen of the Night Sky.
Okay.
Yes, Queen of the Night Sky. Her Daedric artifact is the Star of Azura, or just Azura's Star. She's also one of the only princes that is considered good by most of the people of the world.
Okay.
Her domain is called Moon Shadow.
Ooh.
Said to be so beautiful that it is beyond mortals' comprehension.
Oh shit, so if a mortal went there, their brain would just blow up because it's too pretty.
Pretty much.
I want to go there.
Pretty much. Azura's Star is the forever soul gem that I told you about.
Okay.
So it can hold infinite souls, essentially, is kind of how it works. So normal soul gems, they hold a soul, you use them to enchant an item, and then it cracks and goes away into dust. Azura's Star does not do that.
Okay.
And you can corrupt it.
Yes.
And turn it into a black soul gem.
And that's one that can have human souls.
Yes, exactly.
I remember things, kind of. I learn as you talk to me.
So we'll go a little bit, and sometimes it doesn't really explain a whole lot about their domain.
Yeah.
Like, it says that, but we don't go there, so it's like, okay.
It's too beautiful for you to see, so you can't go there in the game.
But there is still mention, like, we know it's called Moon Shadow. Which, super cool name. Now, next up, we have kind of one of my favorites, because he's so varied.
Okay.
In the games. This is Clavicus Vile.
Okay.
The Prince of Wishes and the Granting of Power.
Ooh, interesting.
Though all his deals come with a price. He has an animal companion named Barbas, who can shapeshift but mostly shows up as a dog.
Okay.
No one is sure if Barbas is actually a companion or some part of Clavicus Vile that is in and of itself part of his personality.
Okay, so just like a manifestation of his power sort of thing.
The dog will often do the bidding of Vile, but try to warn the player or offer other things if the person chooses not to take Vile's deals.
Ooh, so the dog is like, yo, don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make this wish. You're gonna regret this.
And he shows up as like a scruffy dog that can kind of talk, and sometimes he's sent out by Clavicus Vile to offer gifts or deals to particular mortals that he finds interesting.
So people's theory is that the dog is Clavis's, like, the shred of humanity that he has.
Yep.
That's like, I don't want to actually be doing this as like a manifestation of its own thing.
Clavicus Vile is often depicted as just a joyous, happy person with small horns that come out of his head. He's non-threatening, or he looks very non-threatening. He's very small. And most of the time, he just, wants to give you powers. That's his big thing.
I just want to give you a gift.
He loves making deals, and it's exactly posed like that.
Uh-huh.
Which is,
It's a gift for you.
It's a gift just for you. No strings attached.
I would be a really good genie. I don't want to be a genie, but I'd be a really good genie.
Now, his domain is known as the Fields of Regret.
Oh, well.
Appearing as idyllic countryside dotted with merchant utopias, fields of white clovers and woodland meadows and twisted foliage. The air smells of both perfume and rotted flesh, while the sky is blue with cotton clouds filled with green streaks that stain the atmosphere.
Okay.
So it kind of goes into that, like, there's always a catch. There's all, like, it looks like a great deal, and then...
Yep, there's always that caveat.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people really do assume that Barbas is just there to act as Clavicus's, like, conscience, basically, where this is the one little bit that might not steer you in a bad direction.
Okay.
So you can often trust Barbas, whereas you can't trust Clavicus.
Mm-hmm.
Now, also, I do want to put... There's going to be trigger warnings in the description. I'm going to come up to one of these daedric princes. When I do, it's bad.
Okay, so we're going to give an extra trigger warning.
This is an extra trigger warning for you. When I talk about Molag Bal, you might want to skip it.
We'll say the trigger warning before we talk about him.
Anyway, good to know. So, Hermias Mora, the daedric prince of knowledge and memory. His sphere is the telling of the future by the reading of the stars.
Ooh.
In his domain, Apocrypha, he hides the treasures of knowledge and memory.
Okay.
His endless library is known to have all the forbidden knowledge of the past, present, and the future. He is most commonly seen as eyes in the darkness, or a giant tentacle crab monster.
Tentacle crab boy!
He's so fugly.
Oh, I think he's probably... I want a plushie of him. I don't know what he looks like, but I want a plushie, and I know that.
And here's what I want you to picture for his domain, because we actually got to go there.
Ooh, very fun.
I want you to picture a streetlight.
Okay.
In the darkness.
Uh-huh.
And it's illuminating half of a little island. On this island are bookshelves.
Okay.
On the opposite side of that is just inky black water. This is almost the entirety of his domain.
Ooh.
Half lit. Very aquatic.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot of just pools of dark water with things in them.
Oh, that's fun. I love a spooky library.
So a lot of his, like, monsters, or the Daedra of his, are Cthulhu-esque fish monsters.
Oh, I love it. I love that so much.
Yeah, so he's actually in a DLC for Skyrim called Solstheim.
Oh, okay.
which was a callback for the people who played Morrowind. Because you know how in, like, New York there's, like, Little China?
Yeah.
Right? And, like, places where it's like, this is your ethnicity's spot.
Yeah, it's like, this is where your culture is represented.
Exactly. Solstheim was that for Morrowind.
Okay.
So here's this little island, this little cutout area that is all about Morrowind. So you go back there and you just feel the nostalgia of playing Morrowind. You're like, oh my gosh, I remember all of this from Morrowind. The architecture, the characters, everything.
That's fun. I love that.
Very fun. Now, next up, we have Hircine. This is the Daedric Prince of the Hunt, the Great Game, and the Chase.
Ooh, okay.
He is depicted as a fit man with his face hidden by a deer skull. He is armed with a great spear and has a wolf companion. He talks to were creatures and is known to give them tasks and gifts if they do well.
Okay.
So any were creature is considered a child of Hircine.
That's cool.
And like the companions, a lot of them really enjoy Hircine because they're spoiler, they're werewolves.
No.
Well, the higher ups are anyway. His domain is known as the Hunting Grounds.
Okay.
And many great hunters and were creatures wish to go there to hunt for all eternity.
Okay.
Now, this is kind of where we get into some crazy bits, because sometimes the domain of a Daedric prince can also be considered as the afterlife for the worshippers of that prince.
Okay.
So it's like, if you die, you might go to Hircine's hunting grounds.
That's fun.
If you were a great hunter and you worship Hircine.
Yeah.
And there's actually a part with the companions where the like leader of the companions at the time is this old guy. And he's like, I feel my end coming.
Yeah.
But he's a great warrior. But he's a werewolf.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I wish to spend my eternity in the great halls of my forefathers, drinking ale until the end of times. But I cannot do this, as I have been banned from the great hall because I am a wolf. So I look to reverse the curse of lycanthropy for myself so that I may spend eternity with my ancestors. So you go on this whole quest to see if you can, like, reverse the lycanthropy from this guy before he dies of old age.
Oh, that's sad.
Because if you can't, he's doomed to spend eternity as a werewolf in Hircine's hunting grounds.
Oh, that's rough.
It's pretty cool.
That's a really cool little side quest.
It's very fun. I really enjoy it. And you can only get it when you, like, way far along the companion's quest line. But Hircine is very interesting to me because he's not viewed as evil.
Yeah.
And some of these are and some of these aren't, where we go back to the Fae analogy of, like, sometimes you meet some really messed up archfey, and you're like, this guy, there's no question they are evil.
Yeah.
And then other times you're like, this guy's just kind of chill, he's just doing his own thing over here in the corner, and other times you're like, whoa, you're like a symbol of hope.
Right.
Okay, cool, you're pretty dope.
There's some people where you're just like, oh, you're having fun, and that's great.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
Hircine is probably the closest depiction we're going to get to, like, the Green Lord for the Fae.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the hunt and the wild hunt and the creatures.
Go out into the trees and be a tree.
Exactly. Now, next up, we have probably the most influential Daedric prince in the history of the games.
Okay.
This is Mehrunes Dagon.
Is this the one with the trigger warning?
No. That's more like Ball.
Okay, cool. I just heard an M sound.
Yeah, Mehrunes Dagon, Prince of Destruction, Change, Revolution, Energy, and Ambition.
Okay.
Most cultures view him as a god of bloodshed and betrayal.
Yeah, those are all words that go together.
His domain, the Deadlands, is known to be a place of perpetual torture.
Ah, lovely.
Now, the reason he's so known is because he's the entire reason for the Oblivion game.
Oh.
Yeah, remember how I told you, like, demon gates were opening up everywhere?
He opened the demon gates?
Oh, yeah.
He opened the demon gates.
He got so strong he was able to fully manifest in Tamriel.
Okay.
which is kind of like the mortal world. Not the mortal world. It's the place where a lot of this happens. Let's say.
Yeah.
So if we were talking about Earth, and then we were talking about the material plane, Tamriel would be Earth.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He invaded Tamriel at the end of the Third Era, causing the Oblivion Crisis before being beaten back.
Okay.
Now this was where you had to find a successor. Because remember I told you how like the old man in Oblivion, he's like the king, and he comes into your jail cell, which happens to be the escape exit.
Yes.
Well, he ends up dying.
Oh.
And he was the king.
Okay.
Which they think that they have fully ended his bloodline. I think his name's Tiber Septim. So they think they've ended his bloodline, and that's really good for them because he has the blood of the dragon. And that was meant to be like the savior of Tamriel if bad things happened. Because if you have like the gods, that was kind of like the big boy.
Okay.
Basically was like, hey, you're super cool. Your bloodline should be ruling. Go do stuff. Well, turns out he had a son that no one knew about.
Secret son.
And so you have to find this guy and convince him to be the new emperor.
Like, hey, can you be good now?
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, what? And he's like this little farm dude out in the middle of nowhere. But Mehrunes Dagon fully manifests. So think giant demon guy. And then if you manage to convince, which is the end of the game, so you should have done this at this point. If you manage to convince the king's son to become the new king, then a giant dragon manifests and does battle with the giant demon and gets fought back into oblivion, and it's a really cool fight scene, but it's super old and people probably wouldn't like it because the graphics are trash. But it's super cool.
It's super cool, but you might hate it, but it's super cool.
But I like it a lot. So Mehrunes Dagon is probably the most known. But he's literally the daedric god of like bloodshed and murder. So, you know.
Spicy meatball there.
Now, Meridia is the prince of living things, and she generally shows up kind of like a wood elf or a high elf, depending on how it is. Either red hair or golden hair. All daedric princes can choose to manifest as pretty much whatever they want, but she, for the most part, is kind of like a lesser daedric prince.
Okay. Is she just like the ultimate druid?
Kind of. Druid cleric would be a good explanation of her. She freaking hates the undead so much. So much. Absolute full hate boner for those things. And her domain is called the Colored Rooms. We've never gotten to see it.
Oh.
She's also known as the Dawn Mother, and she hates Molag Bal, which is the guy we're going to trigger warning into.
Okay, cool.
Even going so far as to act against him with the help of 5 mortal champions. So she actively tried to stick it to another, like,
daedric
prince just because she hates this guy so much.
And then he said no.
Well, it kind of worked a little bit, but
okay.
That's a long story. Her artifact is called the Dawn Blade, a powerful sword used to smite undead.
Oh, that's fun. So, I thought you said that the only canonically good one was the other one. This lady sounds pretty good to me.
So, again, it's the question of a lot of civilized society views her as good. The other one. Meridia, yeah, she sounds pretty good, but there are still people who have, hatred towards that.
Yeah, so regardless of, like, your morals, people are like, oh, daedric prince, and then they're like, oh, I don't like you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Or some people, like, there are racist people who hate her because she shows up as an elf. Or, like, there's a lot of problems that kind of come up. So some of them are good, some of them are bad.
Okay.
But a lot of times when you think daedric prince, it's like, ooh, that's a very powerful person, but a lot of people kind of have a hate block for you.
Regardless if you're just trying to chill in your corner slaying undead.
Yeah.
People are still going to hate you.
Haters going to hate.
Haters going to hate.
All right. Now, here's your trigger warning.
All right, lovely.
This is Molag Bal. This is the daedric prince of the enslavement of mortals.
Oh, cool.
His realm's called Cold Harbor. It's a twisted, dark imitation of Tamriel. And he is also known by some as the king of sexual assault.
Oh, Yep, that's rough.
He's the father of vampires, who he created by raping a priestess of Arche.
This guy sucks.
So basically, Arche is kind of like the dragon god, the one that shows up to protect Tamriel. And
this guy was like, I'm gonna do bad stuff.
I'm gonna do bad stuff to you.
And he did. That's rough.
Yeah.
You don't stand this one.
Yeah. Now, Molag Bal, this is crazy, because remember I told you there was like the Dawnguard DLC for Skyrim?
Yeah.
And there's Harkon, the like main vampire bad guy, right?
Okay.
If you want to be the bad route for Skyrim, you side with Harkon.
Okay.
If you don't, you side with his daughter. And you can still become a vampire lord and do all the fun stuff, but you don't have to be full evil.
Yeah.
Well, Harkon, he is a pure-blooded vampire, not I got bit by a vampire and turned into a vampire.
I was born into this.
Not I was born into this.
Oh.
He made a deal.
He was made into this.
He made a deal with Molag Bal.
I mean, what is a vampire birth, but...
And he had to trade, let's say, his daughter and wife.
No!
And they became things called Daughters of Cold Harbor.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Big ol' nope from me.
It's rough. There's so many reasons to kill Harkon, but that's gotta be one of the many, many big ones, right? Where you're like, oh yeah.
If you don't kill Harkon, I question you.
Yeah.
I have questions. Even if it is just a game, I have questions.
It's so rough. And it sucks because the entire time you're going around with his daughter as a companion, she has a lot of, victim problems of sexual assaults, where it's like, oh my gosh, she doesn't like to be touched. You can't romance her as a character. There's and then she eventually kind of opens up to you, and she tells you what she had to go through, because you can talk about it, you're like, oh, it must be really cool to be a vampire. And she kind of always is just like, Why
would there be an option to side with him?
With Harkon?
Let's move on to the next one. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy.
All right. Now, we're getting down to our last couple ones here.
Okay.
So we have Nocturnal.
Okay.
The Daedric Prince of Night and Darkness, also known as the Night Mistress.
Ooh.
She often appears as a dark elf.
Okay.
Shrouded in, a lot of darker clothing. We're talking veils everywhere.
Hot.
Stuff like that. She is known to not court worshippers. So she doesn't love it when people worship her a whole lot. She doesn't give favor.
She's like,
often.
You're, praying to me, and I'm like, that's chill, I guess, but I don't care.
But there is a group of worshippers called the Nightingales.
Oh?
That she has shown favor to.
Okay.
Now, in Riften, which is one of the big cities in Skyrim, you'll find the Thieves Guild. And the Thieves Guild, will welcome you in. You can do quests for them. It's this whole thing. But if you do the actual quest line, you find out that kind of the inner circle, there's 3 of them.
Okay.
There's Carlia. I want to say her name's Carlia. And then 2 others. So Carlia is like a dark elf. And the other 2 are just human rogues, basically, right? Well, the current leader of the guild, and I think the other guy's name is Brynjolf.
Yeah.
They're like, Carlia is our sworn enemy. And you're like, why? Because she's not there anymore. And it's like, well, she betrayed the guild. And you're like, okay, so through quests, you find out that basically, she stole a Daedric artifact from the Daedric goddess Nocturne called the Skeleton Key.
Okay.
Now, because she did this, they got, basically cursed. So the whole guild is basically in ruins.
So the guild's like, we don't like her because she
messed us over. Because the Skeleton Key can pick any lock.
Oh, that's rough.
And as a thief...
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you find out because you go through the quest line.
Yeah.
And the main guy, I think his name is Mercer.
Uh-huh.
Funny. He double crosses you. And he poisons you.
This bitch.
And he's getting ready to kill you. And who would come in? But Carlia.
Oh.
And she comes in and basically fights him.
Uh-huh.
And he runs away. And you find out that this whole time, this was the guy. Mercer was the guy that did this.
He stole it, not her.
Yes.
Oh, this is juicy.
So she's been trying to clear her name, but this guy set her up. So he's the one with the skeleton key.
What a little piece of little scum.
Little scumbag. So the main objective here is to beat him, get the skeleton key, return it to the goddess Nocturne to get the favor for the guild back.
Okay.
Because then they will have the favor of the goddess of thieves.
Okay.
Which is gonna be great!
Pretty good.
It's gonna be great, because they fell on hard times, and this would be really cool for them.
We really need this right now. It's just so hard robbing people and
Yeah.
taking stuff for our own without...
So hard. They generally only rob nobles.
Oh, that's great then.
So...
I love this. Never mind. Everything's fine.
Yeah, they're kind of Robin Hood types.
Hell yeah, I'm joining the Thieves Guild.
I'm joining the Thieves Guild. Oh my goodness. They have enough power, or they had enough power and influence that they were able to fully bribe the guards to look the other way. They were able to, like, kind of... And they would actively sneak into, like, really rich noblemen's houses and steal stuff from them. They were an asset, right?
Yeah.
Like, they were used by other noblemen to wage war against other noblemen, and sometimes they'd mess over everybody in the deal. It was great.
That's so perfect. I love the idea of, like, the thieves paying off the guards, and then the guards being like, the noblemen are just going to pay us more when they get robbed to do more work. And so then it's just a cycle of the thieves and the guards being like, hell to these guys.
Yeah.
Heck these guys.
Heck these guys, man. So basically the three of them were the Nightingales.
Okay.
So you had, I want to say, Brynjolf, Mercer, and Carlia.
Okay, so there are three people who are Nightingales, and one of them ended up being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly. So, with him out of the picture, because you obviously win, you get the skeleton key back, and you have the option to return it, or not. If you don't return it, you have a lockpick that can't break. And you can pick any lock with it.
That's really tempting.
If you do, you get something, I believe it's called the Grey Cowl. Something along those lines, which has its own whole story of the Grey Fox, but it's a big thing, and maybe we'll go into it. We'll see. But you return it, and you can become a Nightingale.
That's pretty cool too.
And when you do, you can get a permanent buff from a Shrine of Nocturne.
Oh.
That basically either gives you the ability to turn yourself invisible, or like other various like upgrades and stuff that you can do.
That's also really good.
Super good. Super good. And if you have enough, like, an infinite lockpick is kind of a crappy reward, to be honest. When it's like, if you have a high enough lockpicking skill, you can pick anything easily, so.
Yeah.
And most people keep like 100 lockpicks on them all the time anyway, so heck with it.
These are my bobby pins.
Pretty much.
I have them in my purse.
Pretty much. Now, we have Sanguine.
Okay.
This is the one I think you're gonna like. The Prince of Hedonistic Revelry, Debauchery, and passionate indulgence of a dark nature.
Yes. I love him.
He most often shows up as a normal partygoer. So pretty much anybody who could be seen in the background of a party, who you're not going to get your attention or be too crazy. But if he enjoys your revelry, if he thinks your party's going really well, he might, or maybe there's a particular person that stands out in the party.
Like there's the life of the party.
And he'll go up to that person and be like, hey man, want a drink?
Yeah!
And then you take a drink, and then you wake up the next morning after the craziest night of your life.
I love him so much.
Sanguine is literally all about partying.
Yeah.
That's his whole thing. And his domain is kind of nuts because he lets anyone who comes there, which he lets anyone come,
Yeah.
fully twist it and warp it to whatever they want it to be.
That's epic. That's so cool.
He's literally like, have a good time.
I love this guy. I love this guy.
Now,
this is great.
Obviously, there's some problems here.
Probably.
Now the main problems being that he is the god of like dark indulgences.
Look, I really need you to not put a monkey wrench in my plan.
I need you to just run right
I'm
past
really enjoying this, and I need you to not harsh my vibe.
Now, one of the big things with him is it does still have to be consensual.
Yeah, that's great. We love that.
But that doesn't mean that he's not like, oh, like you want to bang a goat? That's cool.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't be hedonistic and crazy.
That's about the hedonism and debauchery and, So he's all about indulging those pleasures and indulging all of that. And he's not above it being like, oh, cool, like you want to cheat on your partner? Yeah, sure. Like that's totally fine. Right over here. That's what this corner's for. So he does have like some not great qualities, obviously.
Yeah.
Because he's the god of partying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
So in Skyrim, your character wakes up after this night of debauchery. You have married a hag raven.
Lovely.
You stole something from a giant. Like, it's this whole quest chain you have to do, and you wake up in the temple of, like, the goddess of love. And you're like, what's going on? Like, what's happening here? You remember nothing of the night before other than this guy coming up to you with a pint of ale being like, let's have a drink.
That's hilarious.
And then after you finish, he comes out of a portal and he's like, oh man, last night was awesome.
You're crazy,
it was like
man.
Legendary. And then he like snaps his fingers and he looks like a demon. In like full plate armor. He was like, that was great. I haven't seen anybody party like that for like 1,000 years.
I love that he's just a demon F-boy.
Yeah.
He's just chilling in like normal average dude form.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yo dude, that was awesome.
That was great. And then he gives you a staff called Sanguine's Rose.
That's hilarious. I think you did tell me about this specific quest line. That's so good.
Now, since we do have plenty of time.
Oh, yeah.
Still, let's talk about the Grey Cowl.
Okay, I did have one question though, if we could do it before, because
I would love to do all of these, yeah.
Just because we do have plenty of time, I want to say, if you were a daedric prince, what would be the things that you represent and stand for? What would your realm look like? And what would your ideal worship be?
Oh, this is so fun. Because I haven't seen it, and because like you obviously have to go with like the medieval fantasy vibe. I would want to be the daedric prince of smithing.
Ooh.
And my realm would look like a bunch of forges and probably a glittering metal castle, right? Like where it's very decadent, very lavish looking. And I think it's just got masterpieces everywhere. So you're looking at like armor and weapons and shields and all this fun stuff of every make and every kind. Some of them are like beautiful and bejeweled. Some are made of gold. Some are made of like all kinds of metals and stuff in the world. And I think his ideal version of worship would be you have to craft something. So like when you're crafting it, you have to dedicate this piece to the god of...
I love that.
The god of the forge, and I think that would be super neat.
I love that.
I would love to see that. What about you?
I think I would be a daedric prince of... let's do like creation, inspiration, and like beauty.
Ooh, okay.
And it would basically be any sort of like, if you're cooking food, if you're making art, if you're building sculptures, if you're growing a garden that's like a show garden. It's that sort of like creation and like like nature mixed with like creating things and beauty and art and cooking and like using earth as like, so it'd be like the realm itself would look very nature focused, where I think like the trees themselves would bend into houses and there'd be gardens everywhere, and in those gardens there would be like mortar pestles and kind of alchemy stations and paint mixing stations, and there'd be cooking stations and that sort of thing, just kind of like woven into each other. And I think that whole realm itself, like if you took like a big top down view of it, it would look like a mosaic of houses and gardens, and it would form like a pattern in and of itself.
Wow, like a
And
top-down view.
exactly, and I think it would just be like there's cooking stations, there's art stations, there's sculpting, there's painting, there's everything that has to do with like creating something with your hands
Okay.
and from the earth.
That would be really fun. I think that that's fun because you would get so much vast different people.
Uh-huh.
So, like, with the smithing one, it's very obvious, right? Like, the kind of people that would worship that kind of guy.
Yeah.
With the other one, it's like you would have cooks, like just an average cook.
You'd have like farmers.
You'd have farmers, you'd have painters, you'd have like any kind of artist.
And I think like it would be, I think like in the actual realm, people would work very closely with each other, where there's this person who specializes in making homemade breads and like these delicious homemade pastries and stuff, but they get all of their supplies that they need from this person over here who's milling the flour and like
I'm the god of the commune.
I'm the god of the commune.
The god of natural living. It's
Join us today at www.commune.com.
That's
don't go
commune. Oh no.
Copper commune.
The copper commune. Oh my goodness.
You're only allowed to join if you can mill flour, paint, or cook a pie.
Wow, I love how it's those specifically and it's not.
It has to be a pie.
It has to be a pie. Someone comes in and is like, no, actually that's a hand pastry. That's a cupcake. That's so funny.
Sorry, I'm not gonna do it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Queen of the commune.
I guess, because another question would be, what would your daedric artifact be?
Oh, that's a good one. What would your daedric artifact be?
Oh, I think it would be a hammer.
Okay.
I think it would be a two-handed hammer, and it would be called either like the Hammer of Creation or the Hammer of the Forge.
Okay.
I think when you hit somebody with it, it does fire damage. And I think if you have it equipped and you smith, it gives you either a bonus to your smithing skill, or it makes the things that you smith better.
I love that. I think my artifact would be an enchanted flower.
Ooh.
It would be like a fantasy flower.
Okay.
It would be very like shimmery and pretty, and it would never wilt. And when you inhale from the flower, I think you just get high as balls. And you wake up with a masterpiece.
With a masterpiece.
It could be a perfectly baked 7-tier cake. It can be like a painting that rivals the Mona Lisa.
Oh my gosh.
It gets you incredibly messed up.
You're super stoned.
You get super stoned and you wake up and there's just a masterpiece in your inventory worth like a shit ton of gold.
Just a butt ton of money. I really thought you were going to say like you pass out and then you wake up with like this incredible idea. Or like this insane inspiration to make whatever that is. But you're like, no, you just wake up and it's done.
I was
you
thinking
did it in
about
your
that.
drug-fueled haze.
I was thinking about that, but if you have to put that into game mechanics, what does that give you, you know? So I was thinking about it in game mechanics where it's like you just have this thing in your inventory, you did it, you had the idea, and you did it in your drug-induced coma.
That's fair. Now there are other Daedric princes still. More that I did not write down and go into. There's like the Mother of Spiders.
Ew.
Yeah, there's just some crazy Daedric
So get
princes.
me weird and specific. Like, my whole thing is I just have spiders. That's not a concept. That's not a theory, but it's just spiders.
Yeah, well, it's like spiders and lies, I think, is her domain.
So she does have a
so
concept.
it's like spinning secrets and spinning webs of tales of lies and stuff. So it is that idea of like spiders are always associated with like spy masters and stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of her forte.
So this might be this is probably a stupid question, but are there any princes that are just like, I'm the prince of potatoes? That's it. I grow potatoes. I eat potatoes. If you like eating potatoes, then you're welcome in my realm. Do you want a potato?
Honestly, I don't. I think that's more of the gods, like the actual like divine stuff. Daedric princes are kind of like some Daedric princes even came to power just as mortals. And then it was just like, I got a butt ton of power from this, and I technically count as a Daedric prince now.
Okay.
Some of them are more infernal and evil. Some of them are,
Yeah.
like it's a wide variety of people. But I don't think that there's a whole lot of them that are like, I'm a good person, and here's why I'm such a great person. More falls under evil or like neutral good.
Okay.
But I don't think like lawful good, to be honest. A lot of them are just like, yeah, kind of.
And I guess I just mean like, is there anything that isn't like I run chaos? It's like a specific thing where it's like I specifically worship pieces of wood, and there's no deeper meaning to that. I just if you have a bunch of wood in your inventory, I'm into you.
No, I don't think so. Not that I can recall.
I don't know why, but I crave that. I want a game where there's just a bunch of gods for different random things. Like, I am that penny that you lost 3 years ago, and you don't know that you just found it on the sidewalk again, but you just found it on the sidewalk again.
This is the, what is it? Starbomb.
Yeah.
God of, like, sushi and soy sauce.
Exactly.
And, like... You want a god for literally every... I want the god of condiments.
I'm the god of that time when you stub your toe and it's really dark and you, like, stumble back in pain. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed now. And then you walk and you stub your toe again in the exact same spot.
Because I think, like, one of the coolest things about Daedric princes is probably the fact that they do have a theme.
Yeah.
Like, almost all of them is, like, here's this god, or here's this, like, Daedric prince, right? And they have these domains, and this is kind of their shtick.
Yeah.
And that's kind of their, again, their theme. So, like, Nocturne's the goddess of thieves. So, like, she's all about people who want to, like, hide what they're doing or kind of be sneaky about stuff. She loves that. And that's her forte, because she views the veil of the night to be a protective veil to guide you and guard you and keep you safe. Which I think is really funny, because most of the time I don't think of stealth as a shield.
Yeah.
But it is.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is the thing that makes it so they don't find you.
If they don't see you at all, then they can't hit you.
Nocturne is one of my favorites. There's also, like, technically the Night Mother, I think is what she's called, who is the goddess that the Dark Brotherhood worships.
Okay.
And she's a corpse. Carried around by this dude called Cicero.
So that one other one really doesn't like him.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna remember the names.
I mean, to be fair, like, a lot of these are, like, Mehrunes Dagon, come on.
That's a long name. That doesn't make no sense to me.
Yeah, Meridia is the one you're thinking about.
Okay. Yep.
Meridia is also a bit of a meme, because you start her quest chain by looting a chest.
Yeah.
You get something called Meridia's Beacon.
Okay.
And it is a meme. Because when you pick it up, you hear a voice go, "A new hand touches the beacon." And when you get that, it gives you the quest of, like, bring my beacon back to my temple, mortal, and you shall be rewarded. And if you just ignore it, she gets mad. And she starts being like, why have you not brought it? Like, super upset about it. And eventually you go on this quest to, like, kill undead. And if you finish it, she gives you the sword, Dawn. Was it Dawnbringer or something like that?
So that's where it comes from. Because I have seen that meme before. A new hand touches the beacon. That's where it first started.
Yep, that's where it first started. Because it upsets so many players. They're like, oh my gosh, shut up.
They're like, are you kidding me? I'm being forced into this quest? This is BS.
I accidentally looted this freaking beacon, and you can't put it out of your inventory. You can't, like, do anything like that. So it's gotta go do it.
Meanwhile, the devs with a, like, bucket of popcorn watching these, like, hate comments come in, like, yeah, they found the beacon.
They found the beacon. But I think, like, it's cool because you also get to see that each of these artifacts affects and kind of goes on theme.
Yeah.
So we know that Meridia hates the undead. So that her sword is specifically good against undead. And so it's like, oh, okay, like, that makes a lot of sense. Even the skeleton key.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, for the patron saint of thieves, yeah, that seems about it.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about the Grey Cowl, because we have a second for that.
Mm-hmm.
The Grey Cowl is another artifact from Nocturnal. Basically, it hides your identity.
So you can steal stuff from people and they can catch you and it doesn't affect the game?
No one knows who the Grey Fox is.
Oh.
But they know he's the best thief that Tamriel has ever seen.
Okay.
Now there is a little bit of a crazy part here. So obviously it gives you like bonuses to stealth and like helps you do that kind of stuff. And in the game, it's mainly built as like a plot device, because I want to say it was Oblivion, might have even been all the way back in Morrowind, but the Grey Fox was the head of the Thieves Guild in that game.
Okay.
And that's all anyone knew him as.
Aww.
This is the Grey Fox. Well, at that point in time, the Grey Cowl has been cursed.
Oh, no.
You forget who you are.
So you put it on and you're like, I have no idea.
And then there's this thing of like, you can't really remove it or do it easily.
Oh, no.
And so you are the Grey Fox. But that has some interesting connotations, because that means there will always be a Grey Fox.
Because it's not a person, it's an item.
Yep. So you are now the best thief in the world. You put this on. You could have just been a random beggar, and you found this mask. You are now.
That's
but
crazy.
The Grey Fox was crazy because when I say Robin Hood for the other guys, this guy took that to the next level.
Okay.
So all of the beggars in the cities were eyes and ears for the Grey Fox.
Okay.
So they would tip him off if something was about to happen, if there was going to be raids on any of his compounds, if the guards were looking here or there. They would also let him know, oh, there's a local noblewoman who supposedly is getting a shipment of her jewelry from her other estate transferred over to here, because they'd hear her talking about it on the street. Because nobody cares if it's
it's a beggar. Why would you think that
exactly. And in return, he would feed them and clothe them and give them money.
Good.
So he had his own spy network, and it's all beggars.
That's so good.
So it's the lower class citizens of society, and they all work for the Grey Fox.
That's so fun.
But yeah, I thought it was really cool. You actually have to do a quest in Riften to join the Thieves Guilds.
Okay.
And you got to prove you're good enough.
Okay.
So you have to, like, I want to say plant a ring on somebody. So they give you, like, a ring, and they're like, I want you to slip this in that guy's pocket and not be noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And you do, and then somebody tipped off the guards that there's a ring that's been stolen, and that guy's got it. Yep.
Oh, that's crazy.
So all of the guilds, like there's the Mages Guild and et cetera, they have things called Radiant quests that you do.
Uh-huh.
And it's quests that the guild will give you to kind of earn status or reputation within the guild.
Yeah.
And once you do enough of them, you'll unlock a big quest that'll actually, like, do something cool.
Uh-huh.
So for the Thieves Guild, the things that they have you do is amazing. And I had the most fun doing the Thieves Guild quests, because it will literally be go to this nobleman's house and steal 500 gold worth of products from him. It can be anything you want. Just steal 500 gold worth of items from him. It can be a golden candelabra. It can be actual money. You can pick his safe and get the gems and the money that's in there. You can steal, like, books off of his bookshelf. You take whatever you want. 500 gold. And once you hit that, you go back, you turn in the quest, there you go. And you turn it into the fence, who will actually hawk your gold, your, like, stolen loot.
Oh, that's so good.
For you. They also have somebody down in the Thieves Guilds. They are a flesh shaper.
Okay.
They can mold your face to look different.
I hate that, but that's so cool because I feel like that's just their excuse to put more character customization in there.
It was! It was exactly what it was, actually!
That's so good.
But their idea was like, oh, you, like, people know you have a bounty out on your head? Well, you don't look like that guy anymore.
No, you don't. No, you don't. That's not you. No, you don't.
But the 500 gold was just one of the Radiant quests. Another one would be to steal the blueprints for, like, a specific schematic from a brewery.
Okay.
So that you could sell it to another brewery.
That's so messed up. I love it.
Or to go in and alter the books. So it looks like someone, money that went missing didn't actually go missing. So basically you steal, like, a bunch of money from these guys, and then you alter their books to make it look like you didn't actually steal anything from them, and there you go.
That's crazy. That's thinking 12 steps ahead, and I love it.
It's super fun.
That's crazy.
Because, like, the ones for the companions are like, oh, there's a group of bandits that have been, like, terrorizing this small town, go kill them. And so you do, like, it's fun. It's not the worst thing in the world.
It's combat-based versus kind of, like, skill-based.
Stealthy stuff.
Skill.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, one of them might be, hey, this guy has been holed up in his house, and he owes us money.
Okay.
So go sneak into his house without the guards seeing you.
Uh-huh.
And go shake him down.
Okay.
And you can do that a couple ways. You could do it the violent way. You could be persuasive.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of different options. You could threaten him.
Okay.
And be like, if you don't pay up, maybe this shop of yours catches fire one night when you're not around.
Oh, that's fun.
Kind of like mob protection.
Yeah.
Which I think is super cool.
That's super fun. We love a good mob aesthetic, too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So it's kind of like the mob, but nicer. To a point.
Nicer.
To a point.
Okay, fun.
Yeah. But I think, like, there's also a lot to be said about just the existence of daedric princes and kind of what role they play in the game. Because for me, when I was going through and I was playing the game for the first time, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's these named artifacts that I can only get if I find these daedric places, and I, like, do quests for these guys, I gotta do it. Like, this is gonna be so fun. And then as I was playing through, I was like, oh, some of these guys are evil.
Some of these guys suck.
Some of these guys are super evil, and this is rough for me.
Like, at first you're like, oh, this is fun, and then you're like, no, not fun, not fun.
Yeah. Well, because again, like, if your first experience with daedric princes is in Skyrim, and it's because you picked up the beacon, yeah, she's a little bit annoying, but you get a cool one-handed fire sword out of it.
Yeah, and that's great.
Yeah. If your first experience with the daedric princes is Molag Bal, well,
not as tasty.
Not nearly as cool, and then you start to realize you're like, oh, that's why these guys aren't gods.
Yeah, this world is messed up. Like, this world feels like the real world.
This is rough for me. But it's also crazy because it lends so much to say about how the world is made.
Yeah.
That one of those guys is the father of vampires.
Uh-huh.
And he didn't do it by just, like, dark magic or whatever. He also supposedly fathered another race of monsters with a different person.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
That's nice. That, I think... I don't know. What do you have planned for the next episode? Because I'm kind of thinking I want to hear about the monsters next episode if you don't have a plan already.
Oh, like the creatures of,
what do you
of the Elderscrolls series?
What do you fight in Elderscrolls? Because I am having a hard time in my brain because I've seen you play a little bit of it before. And I'm in my brain, I'm going like, okay, there's dragons. Okay, there's trolls. Okay, there's bears. Okay, there's goats, maybe. And then my mind stops. I don't know what I don't know. There has to be cooler stuff that you fight.
And we'll do the Monsters of the Elder Scrolls series as the last finish-up episode for the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, so is there anything else you want to say or put out?
You can pre-order the cookbook now.
Copper Spoon Chronicles?
Yes, on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or wherever you buy books.
Yeah. Lots of fun places to find the cookbook Copper Spoon Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited about that. Down with capitalism. People will get that joke when you get the cookbook. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next time. And until then, goodbye, merry travelers!